condenser. Alright, so that's where we're at. Okay, well you can see the condense hole, or where this is basically a condensation hole where it just runs out and down, but as you can see it's running around the outside, and that is antifreeze. So that's why that's doing what it was doing. Is that freaking, so it goes there. I don't think there's anything. That bracket and stuff like that, but this is what we got. You know, got a couple of harnesses. You just gotta remember where to feel your way, putting them back in. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me go find that motor. See that, how that's working. Yeah, the green gobbledygook. That's freaking perfect, isn't it? Gotta get that cleaned up. You can't even pull that. I don't know if I can even get that motor out with that screw being like it is, but it was not letting me pull it, pop it loose. All right, those are all T20s. As you can see, a screw here, screw here, screw here, and then it kind of like slides out because it's locked. Got these little blocking things in the bottom down here that go right in here. So that separates it from that. All right, there we go. There's my answer. The coil is shot. And it's right into this little panel here that I was messing with this thing here. Didn't you? Yeah, the wheel. These are open. Okay, these are closed. And then you got open. Open up! And this is exactly how that's. Oh, okay, it's been controlled by that there. But yeah, you can see it's. You can see that she's shot up in there. It's that like so. Hey! Pissing all over the place. Let me get this drained. Alright, I don't know because they're screwed up because I may not have had to pull that off. Looks like you're right here. And there's this little cover tray here which is part of. All I had to do is slide it out. I may not even had to mess with that. I don't think I did. So now I've screwed up. Because I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure how that's going back together. Where my doors need to be. That's my problem. I don't know. Find out. But it looks like in this case you got a screw right here. You got to move this little vent here out of the way. That's got a screw holding it in there, and then a screw there, and there's a screw right here that I got to get to. Okay, once you pull your little tab off, it's a little locked on this side over here. Get your screw in the middle. Once you get that out of the way, you take your insulation off of that. You can, like I said, there's a screw down there too. You'll see it, and then just wiggle it out, and then you'll be able to get this vent out of the way. And now you got complete exposure to this, and this will come off with the rest of this when you're going to pull it. There you go. Alright, now looks like a tab, like there's a tab here, you still got, I guess, still got one screw there. Alright, I went ahead and pulled that little cover off of there, because what that does is it locks this down. Okay, it's like we got a lot of, it's like we might have just been running this just plain water for a long time, you know. So it does have an O-ring on it. Crap on that thing. So I went and did that. Thinking, I was hoping that would just pop off of that. Looks like I think the whole. Not sure. I'm still working at it. So I used to unscrew that. All T20s. Everything here is T20. Just find a hole and put the screw in it. That clamped like that, and then loosen up the screw, and it'll back it off, and this is what you got. And you just pull that off. I don't know why it's got that. It's got kind of a locking tab that also kind of like a dual lock tab. Okay. Nope, just a single lock tab that's going to go in that groove there, where you can slide it out. And once you get that little clip out from around that ring, these, you got dual sides here, and then they go and they push that together with the O-ring in the middle. Back. Now keep in mind you got two different lines here, so when you're going to put it back together, just keep an eye on which one came out of where, because you're gonna get seeing when you order it, you just get the coil and no lines. So you'll have to remember when you do that. Also, hopefully they send you O-rings. It'll go with it too. The one I ordered comes with both. It's all attached, so that's why I'm assuming that this just slides in here. So this has just got a little rubber seal around it, and that'll push over the top when you put the old one back in, new one back in. And you just got to pry it out, coming out. You're just lining those holes up with that. Now it's just a matter of getting the coil out, and I'm pretty sure it's just it should be slid out, but of course there's corrosion and stuff in there. I'm trying to see how I'm going to get that out of there. I guess needed to mess with that with the other side, so don't do that. Okay, well, looking at this very carefully, these all have alignments. You got this little, you see the little tab right here? Well, that's got to go in. It's got to go line up with that. So that going like so, and we're gonna play with it for a second so we get it lined up. Okay, very good. So these do have alignments. This one also has a little tab here, and that's got to line up with that indentation. But at the same time, that little arm has got to go in this weavy track here, okay? And that on this side, you can see your star, okay, is square. So that is going to line up with your motor alignment there. This thing here is stuck good, so I don't think. Okay, so now the bottom one, you see this wide. This has got a wide gear tooth, and that wide gear tooth is going to line up with that wide gear tooth. So actually, I'm not in as much of trouble as I thought I was in. All right, so, and of course, you've got the top one has to go in this groove. Oh, that's the top. The top one has to go in this track. The bottom one has to go in that bottom track. So it's a little tricky. Man, probably about 2 hours of messing with this thing. Good hour trying to get those freaking sprockets freaking realigned. Man, it's a freaking pain. All right. Man, I don't know if it's ever going to work again. All right, now I just got to get all my screws back in here. Everything's held together. That's not hard because that's all just these. So, no, you don't go nowhere. That one goes there. Couple more. You can go in there. Yep. So get all these screws in here. Okay, so it's back together again. You don't have to mess with it. Don't mess with that. I managed to get it back together, but do not mess with that when you take it apart. All you need to worry about is this end down, this end on this end, okay? So, and you'll get the one line on not what it's supposed to. So, all right, now we got to get that coil out of there. Lovely. All right, you're just gonna have to work it. I was using this thing here, right here, and that's moving it. And I use this side over here, and I ran out of room. Probably be able to get something run right across here, so we can pry, keep the prying going. Not going to do you much good prying from the bottom down here. So as you can see, it's all rotted out of there. So anyway, we'll get it out, but that's all you have to do. You just got to get this cover out of the way. Go ahead and move your lines, and then pry it out of there. Man, it took me about 3 hours just to get this freaking apart and back together. I used the 2x4s and a small 2x1, and I was using it as a pry, stepping, getting the levels here till I can get it to a point where I could grab it, and then you're grabbing one side and then grabbing the other, back and forth, trying to get it to come out. So it's not fun. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm stopping till, of course, I'm dead in the water till I get the new core, and I get this back together and then get that back together. So unfortunately I screwed up because I should have put the Nitro over there in the scissor lift garage instead of in here, because now my 4-post is occupied and I can't use it for anything else. Oil changes and stuff like that. So anyway, that's where we're at on this project of the 07 Dodge Nitro. There we go. There's the new core. I guess it came this afternoon when I wasn't paying attention. This is the 4th day of getting this 07 Dodge Nitro on the road. Getting it together, found that the freaking heater core is leaking. So as you can see, I have the box apart, and I just received the core. Let's see what we got. Oh boy, guess what? That's all I got is the core. I thought I ordered the whole thing. Oh, this is not good. You don't get any O-rings, you don't get anything. Ah, terrific. Make sure you look underneath the flaps in the bottom of the box. That's where I found the O-rings after I completely installed the core. I thought I was getting one that was already together and tested. All I had to do was slide it in and would be good to go. All I got was the core. Oh, man. You want something that's pre-tested. I've got O-rings. It's not what I wanted. Not what I thought I paid for. Son of a god. This thing freaking leaks, man. There ain't nothing I can do either. Doggone it. Oh, I'm not happy. Well, we're just gonna go with it, I guess. I got no choice. It really doesn't matter, they're universal. Freaking tight getting it out. Oh, look at that. Just gonna slide right in. Alright. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, O-rings. I gotta remember what's that. That's the bottom. So it's this one here. This one goes in here. I got an O-ring kit that I got from Harbor Freight. Too big. This one, huh? It's good, but it's not fat enough. Yes, my kit's not gonna work. Guys, guess I'm gonna have to use your old O-rings. They don't look bad. They're not dry. And these aren't in. Again, if I'd looked under the flap in that bottom of that box, I would have found a whole packet of O-rings. Alright. I'm gonna get some lubrication for it. That's a bottom. That is a bottom.